All right, welcome back. This is MDawg. So we have come to Oldberg for the first time. It's almost nighttime. I thought it'd be a good time just to like sample test how Bream are doing. I think there's a couple spots that people have posted about recently. I don't know if either one of them are very good. We're gonna try I think 1044 first, but um, I'm also thinking about where we are in harvesting bait. So the thing about Oldberg is um 25%. Thing about Oldberg is that it has the cheapest groceries. So we want to get oatmeal and milk so that we can at least make a little bit of this bait. It's not the one we want to level off of. But we'll make maybe 3 stacks just in case we want to try it out. But what we want to level off of is the pearl barley. And well, it's also such a good bait. Like, I think we just want to get 50 portions and just see what that gets us to. But groceries are slightly cheaper here at Oldberg. I need a haircut. So it's worth doing that. Let's see if there's any Bream Cafe. No, there's not. All right, let me remember where 1044 is. It's the one that's over here. It's kind of a long hike. I think we'll go out, down, and then up. Oh, the other thing we want to consider is making some kind of Bream ground bait, even though we can't do the real stuff. I don't think we can use pearl barley yet, but we can do maggots and millet porridge. Let me make sure on pearl barley. 15%. We'll be there soon. That's not that far. We can use semolina, which I think is fine. Let's do that instead of crackers. Just as the base. 5, 8, 9, 10. Let's do 10 stacks of it. Millet porridge. And this is a little silly because it's more expensive to buy this here at Oldberg than other places, but I don't necessarily love caramel. So we'll do, oh, is there anything else we want to add to our ground bait? More additives. So we could add corn. I don't think Bream hate corn. We know that Bream kind of like peas. Bloodworm, they like worm okay. We can't use chopped worm yet. Casters we can't use yet. So it's kind of like between peas and corn maybe, or bloodworm. Since we've got millet porridge, let's do peas. Oh, we can't do peas yet. That's a 30%er. So bloodworm or corn? It's more of a carp species, but they do like the worm stuff. Let's do 5 of each. This is going to be our fake Bream mix. Alright, so now we need to run to our spot. Do we have size hooks for this? What size hooks are we going to use? So I guess we'll go Paternoster, 28 gram. Paternoster, 28 gram. And we'll do a large 1 hook. Paternoster, large 1. And then we'll do 110. So rod 1 will be 10, and rod 2 and 3 will be large 1. Normally I would say use large 1 and go for the bigger Bream, but size 6 or 8 is also really good if you want to focus on bite rate. But we still don't have very much variety in terms of hook sizes. So instead of spending more silver on that, let's just go with what we've got. All right, so we've come out of Oldberg and we've come straight down. We're crossing this bridge, and then we're going to take a right, and we'll be at 1044, which this has a different clip. There's several different clips people use. Let me see what this person is saying. 12? That seems reasonable. I know I've done 15. Maybe even higher at times, but okay, 1044. For now, we'll just cast it straight out. Let's at least make a little bit of ground bait, and we'll just call this fake bream. We'll use semolina, definitely millet porridge and maggots. Oh, we can do both. Why not? And then attractants, we'll do, I forgot we can do 4 additives. All right, I'm not going to make the whole stack right now because we want to get fishing here. Oh, I need to buy a, for uniform's sake. All right, fake bream, 10 out of 10. So I'm going to try pearl barley, flip 12, straight out. And then I'm going to try pearl barley with the larger hook. Flip 12 straight out. And then I'll try worm. Flip 12 straight out. Now, this is why we need to start leveling our bait harvesting. And me remembering to come to Old Berg was a part of just like, oh yeah, we should do that and we'll buy some groceries so that we can do cheaper ingredients to level up our bait harvesting a little bit. But in just a minute after I finish making these and we see if we have any fish on yet, which I really hope there's lots of fish that are active in this spot because we just did one that didn't have all the ingredients. Just had maggots and millet porridge. In some ways that might be the best way to go. Why don't we do that? And then we'll just never know which one we're using. Be like the placebo effect. But we need to be leveling this up too, right? All right, that's it. Now let's see if we have any fish on. Maybe on line 1. Yep. Ooh. So it looks like the bream are at least possibly gonna do the pearl barley. All right, 5.4. Oh, we've got to replace our line. I keep forgetting to do that. Okay. So now we want to make... Are we okay with not making any more bread? Yes, we've got 2,500 pieces of bread. All right, so now we're going to make pearl barley. We'll make them like, I don't know, 5 at a time or something, then check for fish. Maybe 7 or something. We're going to easily hit 25%, but what's good is we'll go ahead and work our way into the next level as well, just making plenty of pearl barley. It's looking slow right now. But you want to go in order. So in other words, pearl barley is a lower level thing. We want to use up all of our pearl barley that we're making. And then we'll switch to, I think we've got 3 oatmeals to make. And then we can think about getting ingredients for the next. In fact, what do we have next? I'll tell you what we need to check here. Hold everything. All right, so this is on worm. That's an I'd. 33.4%. Very small, whatever it is. We're getting a nibble on that middle line. All right, so we were gonna check what the weeklies are on Bream. And again, there just may not even be a great Bream spot right now, but we want to keep our eye out for it. All right, so clearly pea porridge is the bait of choice for Bream right now. Doesn't mean that other things won't work, but at least for this week, pea porridge is the way to go. Pea porridge is pretty far down the list though. We're not going to be making pea porridge anytime soon. Now what we can make right now is sweet dough and wheat grain, but I don't think either one of those would very likely be good at Bream. Sometimes semolina works okay, but usually garlic dough, cottage cheese dough, and pea porridge are your main three outside of pearl barley. Let's see if there's something. Nope. So even if there's something nibbling on that middle rod, it's not on there now. Alright, so this seems like this spot is not working. It's like so slow. Either the baits aren't working or this spot is not really working. So let's go try. Yeah, even somebody did have pretty good success here on cottage cheese dough, but we don't have cottage cheese dough yet either. So let's go try the other spot, which is 3157, I think. Which isn't that down here? No, 31. Oh, that's up here. That's right. That's that spot. Do we want to try that? This spot is just doing so poorly that I think even though there are bream here, at least on these baits, it's pretty clear to me that this is not worth our time. At least with these current baits. So let's go try out the other 3157 and just see if we catch anything there that's interesting. I saw someone talk about this spot as well, so we'll go try it out. When they added this bridge to Oldburg, it made the longest walks on the map a little bit more manageable. All right, so we're just kind of casting into this little hole or in that direction. And let's just go like a 7 clip here. I think it's like 6 or 7, something like that. Part of me wants to see what an 8 clip would look like. That's amazing. I'm not even halfway done with the... I forget at the low level, the success rate is so high. Yeah, this might be worse than the other spot. Let me look one more place. See if there's any Oldberg intel. Sharp spot. 5142 clip 15. Now this was 3 days ago and it was on P porridge, but again, it can't be worse than two spots we've set at. All right, 5142 clip 15. So bream, if you don't know, is a nighttime fish. Once it's daytime, they get smaller and less active. But during the nighttime, you can usually catch pretty good bream here, but maybe this spot will be a little more promising. We'll see. Clip 15. Like they have it going, yeah, slightly diagonal down. I don't know that that matters. I feel like in this spot I often just cast straight out, but in the interest of getting as good a test as possible, I'll try to recreate what this poster suggested. Several people have asked me lately, where am I getting my spots? rf4.fish/links has links to all kinds of different resources. If you go to my stream and type !Blunty, BLUNTY, you'll get the link to the same resource, but so it just links to a variety of different resources. A lot of the spots these days, though, I actually get from the official RF4 Discord or my own Discord, where people post spots and information. And if you're not on our Discord, you can go to my stream chat and Twitch and type !Discord to get that link as well. Okay, so now we need to let this soak for a minute, see if we catch anything. I think at some point it might be worth just stopping. Let's just try it a couple more times. We're just getting such high level now that Pearl Barley's not giving us points very often. 27.2. Maybe this spot dried up. Okay, so now let's go to oatmeal. Then we can do sweet dough. Go get some sweet dough ingredients. What do we need for sweet dough? Wheat flour, milk, and sugar. Wheat flour. We're at least going to need to make 20 of these, probably more. Wheat flour, milk, and sugar. Let's go check on our rods. I hear something. I don't see anything though. Let's see. All right, it may just not be bream time, especially if you don't have the exact bait. It may just not be a great time to fish for bream. Okay. Let's see, what time is it? 6:13. All right, this is just too slow. Clearly, we haven't done anything good at Oldberg, but that's okay. We got some ingredients. We did some scouting. I actually wanted to go back now that it's morning time. Some folks had talked about 6526 at Belaya, which is all the way down here and casting east. But I kind of wanted to try this. Let's see. See if this is working at all for us. So some of the fishing people are doing here lately is on topwater stuff that we don't have access to yet. So it's always hard to know, you know, do we have the right lure or ability to use the right lure? But we haven't really had the kind of, you know, really great Belaya experience yet, which sometimes it's just inconsistent, but sometimes it does work well. So I want to keep trying spots. That's an awfully good first fish, so we'll see. One person was using, instead of the lure we're using, they were using a spiker, but one of the red ones, or one of the dark ones with a little red on it. Which makes me wonder about the hornet we have. Could be a good one. All right. Is that 2 marker brown trout now? That's pretty decent. Retrieval speed of 30. We are doing speed up some, which means hold down shift occasionally. You'll get the speed up notification, but mostly I'm just doing consistent retrieval. And where was the other spot that I thought about trying here? Now I don't see it. Oh, 73.52. Yeah, now that might be a spot that we tried the other day, but we could go back there and try that again as well. And that's where I saw another spiker. Given the time it is in the morning right now, this spot's working, but it's not popping off like you would want it to be to really judge. Because during the day it's going to get so much slower. I'm not sure if that was actually a fish or if it got momentarily stuck on something. That is something I could try though, casting a little bit more southeast. Okay, we immediately got a hit there. That is a brown trout. Another nice one. Okay. Maybe this is actually the better location. Is that a roach, by the way? So weird. Little chub, I think. That might be a grayling, actually. Huh. Wow. Level 15. That's a grayling. Now we're getting a little bit of everything here. Well, it's turned into pretty good fishing. The grayling's suddenly just like activated or something. That's a little asp, I think. Wow. Okay. Now that's interesting. Another little asp. We're up to 19% spin fishing. So if you're really in the mood to spin fish, you could do a lot worse than that spot. That bite rate and the quality of fish is actually pretty good. I also would try the, some of the other spikers as well, just to do some testing, but that seems very good. Well, that's some rough cafe orders for this place. That's 85 silver, and almost all of that is here. Oh, look at that hide, worth 7.5 silver. Wow. So pretty good silver. Pretty good silver for Belaya. All right, let's do just a little bit more. One thing that I'm just mindful of is I want to keep leveling up our bottom fishing. And right now we're in a little bit of a lull on where to level up our bottom fishing. Like there's just not a ton of spots that we've run into that's just been like on fire good. Well, we could do a little bleak. We could do our little bleak into rough, I guess. Not exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking about doing... What size are these? See if we can get it before the night closes in. 5 from 20. Can't believe I just did that. Rookie mistake. One. At least we made some progress on leveling bait harvesting. Even if Old Berg wasn't... That's 4 bleak, by the way. Even if Old Berg wasn't the best. That's a roach or something. Get out of here. All right. Oof. I think while the bleak are still biting, even though we've got the cafe order done, we'll keep one on bleak a little longer. Nice bleak. %. On float. 23, 19, 33. Let's see what this one looks like. Picking the time when we want to break from bleak is coming up soon. Also be interesting when the rough starts showing up. There's one. We have so much pearl barley, and it seems to be working just about as good as flies on bleak right now, so that's why I switched to pearl barley on this one. Interesting. Alright, I think I'll switch it after this one. Even though they were still going fairly strong. Ooh, let's see here. Gotta be. I think I'm actually gonna put worms on this one. And then I'm gonna switch bloodworms on 3. Maybe eventually to redworm. Let's see how these all look. Bloodworm's actually done really well in this spot. Traditionally. Alright, rough. Rough. All of them marker, all of them good. Ooh, a little bleak on feeder. The benefit of bloodworm. Dual threat. I love seeing these little tinch come in as well. Semolina. And I think you end up making a lot of semolina if I remember correctly, but if we had like an 18 maybe hook and then put Nightcrawler on there, actually that doesn't work, does it? What size does Nightcrawler have to use? Got to at least be a 12. So a 12 with Nightcrawler might kill the bite rate, but it also might encourage a trophy. Who knows? I think trophy rough have been called on Nightcrawlers. Not all the time, but... And if we did this often enough, we'd probably eventually hit a trophy just on Redworm, but... $33.6. I just would love to hit 35 fairly soon, so we can every once in a while have a, go for some Crucian Gibble trophies or whatever else. Sometimes you just have some fun once you unlock the carp rigs, even on these small little feeder sets. Ooh, that was a big one. All right, let's see what we've got on here. This has still been very good, but I will say other things besides the rough are a little more common now overnight than maybe they were in some of our previous sessions. I don't know that this would do it, but I do have everything on Paternoster, where I feel like in the past with rough, I've sometimes leaned towards basic bottom just as much. Well, it has me wondering, so I'm going to at least change one or two to basic bottom, I think, for a bit. You know, we're just not getting points on bottom fishing on with rough, fishing for rough, it feels like. I don't know. I mean, you're not ever going to get points all the time once you get up to a little higher level, but it seems like especially low right now. All right, so now the left and the middle rod are both basic bottom. Imagine catching a grass carp 49.97 kilos. I mean, first of all, that is massive. But then second of all, 0.3 kilos away from having a 50 kilo carp. Come on. I'm sorry, what in the world? It's got to be a roach or something. Or a tench. Yeah, basic bottom hasn't seemed any better than Paternoster in a short term at least. All right. Gone well over an hour. Let's at least we finally got some a little bit more active fishing in. That was fun there at the end, especially. Hopefully we can just get this bleak order. Just 21 silver. And 75 more. So we've ended up doing pretty well. Well, up over 500 silver now. Another good session.